Okay, so welcome back. Today we are going to start chapter 7. It's a data query language. As we have been talking, there are five types of SQL commands: DCL, DDL, DML, TCL, and DQL. We have completed DDL and DML. So now we are getting into DQL. That's chapter 7. It is one of the lengthiest chapter in our entire course. Here basically we'll be going through different commands, keywords, operators, different syntax, how to actually talk to the database uh, to get what you want. It's like general communication. You say, hey, select this column from this table, or you say, I want to select max salary, I want to select minimum salary, yeah. So stuff like that. It's like you are talking to the database to send you the data. Sometimes we have seen creating a table and inserting individual records, 10 records, 20 records, 5 6 columns. But in general, the way you use data is not like just looking at raw table. There are let's say you have 1 million records in a table. How would you know which client purchased, has a most number of orders in your restaurant, or which order has highest revenue. So these things you cannot just look at table and give the answers. Of course there are more complex questions to be answered. How many customers fall in the age group of below 30 or above 50, who are educated, not educated. So all these things you need to write queries. So that's where DQL comes into picture, and this DQL is mostly used in reporting, like Power BI, Tableau. So whenever you get an opportunity to work as data analyst, this is what you will be doing mostly. And within this number, so I divided this into 40 topics, 40 lessons, but most important out of this are group by and joins, right? So that will be deciding your skill level in SQL. Okay, so let's begin our first lesson here. It's very simple. Select statement. Yeah. So basically what a select statement is, you're trying to select data from your table that is stored on a database on the DB server. So that's what it is. Okay. So there are two different syntaxes for select statement. We have already looked at it, and we already used it in, I think, chapter 6. So the first one is select. You have to mention what columns you want to look at and from which table. The second one is you just say select star from. Yeah. So when you say select star, it will get all the columns from this table. Let's say your select statement is getting data from here, it's getting only data from one table. But in case if it's getting data from 3 4 tables, when you say star, it will bring all the columns from all the tables. Okay. So whenever you are writing code for reports or production application, web application, it's always advisable to use the column names. You can use select star only for the development to see how the data is. So you should not push this code to production, or to use this in reporting, because what happens if someone tries to add a column or drop a column, so you'll be getting a different results than what you actually intend to. And then apart from that, even performance wise, or trying to get data of 2 columns, 3 columns across the network, across the internet to your PC, it's different when compared to you are trying to pull entire table. Yeah. Okay. So this is the this first lesson. Select is very simple. We have already been using this. So let's assume that we have an employee table with 5 rows. So when I say select star from employee, I'll be getting, this is the output on the right bottom. This is the output. I will get the whatever rows are there, whatever columns are there in this table. Of course, here we have only 5 rows and 6 columns, right? And then you can also write the query something like this: I need employee ID, first name, last name from employee. I don't want to see all other columns. So you can do this, so you'll get the data only for 3 columns. Okay. And then other thing is like the table, in the table these are the column positions, but when you select the data, your column position in the result set depends on where you are mentioning the column. Here see, like 1 2 3 4 the salary is at fifth position, but I mentioned it at the second position in the select statement. So that's why in your result sets that will be displayed at the second position. Okay, so same thing with other columns too. Okay, so that ends the basic select statement.